Spoken section. We think the big AI wins are in raw compute power. But the real architecture shift happening right now isn't about faster GPUs. It's about where those GPUs live. Today we are auditing the infrastructure reshuffling that just redefined the entire AI stack. And why enterprise teams are finally waking up to a hard truth. The bottleneck was never the model. I'm your host on Architect Ledger TV. Let's get into it. Jensen Huang just unveiled the Vera Rubin architecture at GTC. A new AI computing platform designed to consolidate inference and training workloads on a single stack. The Vera CPU sits alongside a reworked pipeline that cuts the coordination overhead between CPU and GPU clusters. This isn't a raw speed play. It's about reducing the latency tax and memory sprawl that typically kills enterprise deployments. If you're running large-scale inference, this matters. You are trading architectural complexity for unified throughput. The architecture win here is consolidation. Fewer failure points, simpler observability. Nvidia dropped the RTX Spark, an on-device AI chip built into consumer laptops and desktops. This is the flip side of the Vera story. Instead of centralizing compute in data centers, they're pushing real inference onto the edge. Spark supports full model inference for smaller LLMs without hitting the network. The trade-off is obvious. Latency drops, but you're now managing model updates and versioning on thousands of client devices instead of a few servers. It's elegant for privacy-sensitive tasks, risky for consistency. This is about fragmenting the AI stack vertically. Cloud for training and big inference. Edge for interactive work. Snowflake's 2026 summit messaging is blunt. The AI gold rush is over. And the operationalization era has begun. Translation. Nobody cares how you trained the model anymore. They care if it runs reliably in production at 2 a.m. on a Sunday. This means the conversation is shifting from, how do we build AI? To, how do we monitor, version, and roll back AI systems? If you've shipped an enterprise AI project, you know this pain already. Snowflake's angle is data fabric. Make the infrastructure transparent enough that you can trace a prediction back to its source data. This is the boring, critical work that actually makes AI deployable. Here's the hard truth being spoken louder now. Most AI pilots that dazzle in the demo fail spectacularly in production. This is the day 2 problem. After launch, you hit latency cliffs, data drift, hallucination creep, and cost overruns that weren't visible in the controlled environment. The pattern is consistent. 300 millisecond inference time in the lab becomes 3 seconds in production. Token costs explode. Quality degrades. Teams are discovering that a working proof of concept is about 5% of the work. The other 95% is observability, orchestration, and failover logic. The architectural lesson. If you can't instrument and reason about your AI system's behavior in production, it's not production ready. Demo-driven development kills enterprises. Minimax released M3, an open-source model that's reportedly hitting Anthropic Opus 4.7 level performance at roughly 1/50th the token cost if that benchmark holds. This is a structural shift. Smaller, more efficient models are no longer the consolation prize. They're becoming the rational choice for cost-constrained deployments. The catch is always in the details. Inference speed, latency, whether it actually handles your specific task distribution. But the architecture implication is clear. The market for massive, expensive frontier models just got narrower. If M3 lives up to its claims, teams can now run effective inference on device or on cheaper hardware. This accelerates the fragmentation of the AI stack we're already seeing. Netflix is engineering a 90% reduction in token processing costs for 2026. Not through a cheaper model, but through smarter token management, caching, and inference optimization. This is less about new hardware and more about ruthless architectural discipline. Don't process tokens you don't need. Cache aggressively. Batch requests intelligently. If Netflix achieves this, it signals that the token economy is still wildly inefficient. There's a 10x hidden in your current architecture waiting to be found. For enterprise teams, this is a wake-up call. If your AI costs are exploding, the problem likely isn't the model. It's your pipeline design. Audit your token flow before you scale. Snowflake's new AI Operationalization playbook is free and worth 90 minutes. Direct read on their Summit blog. Focuses on production monitoring patterns and rollback strategies. Read it before your next AI push to production. Subscribe for daily architecture audits. Next question. If edge inference and enterprise consolidation are both winning, which fragmentation trend will actually dominate your stack in 2027? Think about it.